Good day, good people. Once again, you got the grumpy old nerds in your ear. As always, I'm Uncle John with the that scary ass wig behind me. There we go. And as always, I have my friends with me to talk about movies and comics and TV and all kind of shit that has no bearing on real life, but it serves as the proper distraction from the horrific shit that's going on in this world today. So, as always, on top is Cousin Amayu. Hi, Cousin Amayu.
Hi, I'm so glad to be here. Happy Thursday. Hope you got your workout in today.
Pause.
Next up is always friend of the show, Uncle Tony. How are you, Uncle Tony, Atlanta Sci-Fi Expo?
Hey, how you guys doing today?
And next up is the Five-Borough Ronin, Uncle Rod. What's good, sir?
What's good? You know what? Women have turned me on to things for quite a few years, so I think I'm going to try warm cereal.
That's called oatmeal and cream of wheat.
Right. I didn't know where you were going with that, Uncle Rod, but I'm glad you stuck the landing.
I'm a try warm
next up is Auntie Nicole. Hi, Auntie Nicole.
What's up? And I eat oatmeal every day, so that's why the skin stays looking good at 54.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I hear you.
Well, fuck what y'all talking about. And last but not least, from the booty chair is Uncle Percy. Hi, Uncle Percy.
Hello, everybody.
Oh,
Right to the point.
As we start off today, Star Trek Starfleet Academy.
Yes.
I have been one who, again, I'm not a true Star Trek fan, but this episode 6, not the one that came out today, but episode 6 from last week was actually really solid for me. And I recognize that I am a Star Wars. I live in the Star Wars ghetto where I like action as opposed to all that shit talking that they do at Star Trek. But this is y'all boozy Star Trek fans. Y'all want to talk about replicators and transporters and shit. I want somebody to get a laser in the face. Damn it. Pause. So, so this episode of Star Trek was scratched my itch, if I could say it like that. I'm gonna leave it up to the Star Trek aficionados to go ahead and thoroughly describe episode 6 of Star Trek Starfleet Academy. Uncle Tony, what were your thoughts on that episode?
Well, actually, I want to interview you about it. Okay, you said this one scratched your itch. What about this episode scratched your itch? What did you like about this episode?
A lot of shooting and dead people.
A lot of shooting and dead people. Not the exemplary acting, not the next level villain, not the intelligence of the script.
So, okay, the intelligence of the script. Okay, calm down, Trekkie. You all getting real bougie now. I told you I liked it because it was action. But I dug the character development within the fact that it also held my attention because I have adult onset ADHD and I need a lot of flashing lights and shit to keep my attention. And there was a real threat because this is Starfleet Academy. None of these threats up to this point have been quote unquote real, but I will agree Paul Giamatti is a spectacular actor. I still think Holly Hunter comes off as awkward to me. She need to put on some damn shoes. First of all, that's some white people shit. I dug the fact that the cadets had to straighten out the fuck up that the Academy had by sending them out there. And I dug the fact, and I either wrote or said this earlier, that this was a very, in my Star Wars vernacular, this was their Empire Strikes Back because they lost. They flat out lost this episode. Paul Giamatti, I don't know that character's name, but he outsmarted them, outwitted them, and he walked away with the win. And they had to go back and lick their wounds, and they look like some bitches. So yeah, that's why I dug this episode.
And that's why last week I was saying I don't know whether or not Khan is to remain my number one Star Trek villain. I'm still waiting to see how things develop.
Oh, you can't beat Ricardo Montalban with that shirt unbuttoned all the way down to his belly. but Paul Giamatti is in the running. Yes.
Well, and trust me, after the last 2 weeks of Star Trek, I actually want people to put some clothes on. Okay, I need people to put clothes on. I'm tired of all
Like
this
you said there was nudity in the episode. I'm trying to figure out when that happened.
Wait, what episode was this?
Oh, you
When they
now,
was having sex.
all I saw was the
Oh,
back.
that was nudity?
Exactly.
What did they show?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Was there an exposed back?
There was
Wow.
they showed that
That's
boy's
it.
ass. That was about it.
You ladies, maybe some men will enjoy this week's episode.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, boy, put you a shirt on, put some pants on.
Right.
I don't need to see all this. Okay.
Did they show some rib cages and some pretty backbone and
Oh,
Listen, that's it. I was like,
Yeah,
what,
everything.
They need warning for this on a streaming
I mean,
platform?
to be honest, I'm more offended by all that damn cussing they do, motherfucker. but I think that the stakes were raised for that episode because I actually watched this week's episode before we came on, and I was highly disappointed. That was some bullshit. That was some old bougie Star Trek shit. This week's episode. So
okay.
what they did with episode 6 was gave us a viable threat, gave us an excellent villain, gave us some backstory for Holly Hunter's character. I don't know all these people's names. And it was a real Star Trek type situation. You know what I'm saying? It was enjoyable. I dug it. I really did. I dug it enough to sit through this week's bullshit.
6 was the episode to pull you back in if you was gonna go sideways with the show. If you was gonna drift off. 6 was what got you back interested.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I haven't seen 7 yet, but based on your response, 7 sounds like the cliff. So it's like we're going on a roller coaster. So it sounds like 7 is going to drop you back down. You know what I mean?
Well, to be honest, there was really nowhere for them to go because episode 6 was ended on such a note. Episode 7, I'm just like, these motherfuckers are too happy. They just got their asses kicked. Now everybody's cool again.
That's not true. But
no, they were extremely depressed and messed up in the head.
That's why everybody, the whole spring break thing was the whole supposed to get them back on track. But then, of course, you have the other subplots in 7. But we're not talking about 7 this week. So
yeah, you're right because it sucked. So okay, Percy, what was your opinion on 6 last week?
I said this last week in the show. It's one of the best episodes, one of the best shows on TV right now, as far as I'm concerned. The only thing the captain had to say was "Khan," and that would have been the end of it. I'd have been out of my head when went like this. So, because it was a homage to the Wrath of Khan. I mean, think about it. Khan was the same way. He was conniving. He stole Genesis. Old boy did the same thing. He stole something from this. Like I said, it just reminds me of the Wrath of Khan. I think that was homage to that movie, to that character.
But if I'm not mistaken, in Wrath of Khan, Kirk still had the upper hand because Khan did the shit that he wanted him to do.
No, he didn't. You got to remember, Kirk thought he did have the upper hand, but then Khan took Genesis. He teleported Genesis to the ship, and then that's the famous scream. He took and all that stuff and killed his son and all that stuff. So that's old girl. If old girl would have just would have said, Khan, that'd have been it. And plus, in the what's the character? He actually said something that Spock said in Khan. At the end when he died.
Needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Yeah.
Or the one.
Or the one, right.
Or the one. Right.
So I think it was an homage to Wrath of Khan.
And then the fact that the Vulcan character was the one who was killed.
Right.
Spoilers.
We don't give a damn about y'all spoilers in this show. I'm sorry. Let me reiterate once again.
Plus, that was last week. That was last week anyway, so they didn't watch last week too bad.
Oh. Oh my. Well, you ain't got to get spicy there, Uncle Percy.
For the past 2 weeks, I've been on a roll, so
Yes,
Actually,
you
I
have.
think the last 3 episodes of Starfleet Academy have been callbacks to stories from earlier Trek.
I think that's the only way they can do it.
Even this week's episode, I was ready for some dun 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 dun, and some some wedding music and the little bells chiming, and
They're doing that for people in our age group.
The elders.
They're trying to pull everybody in. So they're gonna hit the nostalgia beats. They're gonna give you the callbacks so that you can remain interested, which is cool. I get it. You got to do it because you can't just appeal to one demographic and expect the show to be successful.
But in
Especially
them
when it comes
trying
to Star Trek.
But in them trying to please everybody, are they not maybe kind of
It's me.
sending some people away? Because at the end of the day, somebody's always going to have some shit to say about something, right?
Regardless.
I would rather dive headfirst into the demographic. This is clearly a show for younger adults. I would want to dive into that as opposed to trying to give nuggets and shit to old motherfuckers like me who...
Unless you're watching it with your child who is of that age. And then you can say, oh, that's a callback. Dad, what is that a callback to? Hey, son, did you watch Star Trek 2 The Wrath of Khan?
Wrath of Khan later.
Yeah.
But do I want to watch a show where people in Star Trek are naked and cursing?
Just because they your child don't mean it's an infant. It could be like a 20-year-old child.
Yeah, I'm thinking like an older child, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
People like around our age range will have adult children.
That part.
You're gonna be my age, adult grandchildren.
Yeah, or grandchildren, right? Too.
Damn, Tony.
So that's a bonding opportunity.
What Kevin Hart say? Damn.
If this show is a success, it's going to end up on CBS before the year's out. It won't be the perfect, because that's what they did with Discovery. All of a sudden, it was on Paramount. The next thing you know, they start showing episodes of Discovery on CBS. I think if this show is a huge success, it's going to come to local channels, and of course, it's going to be edited with all the cursing and stuff out.
Roy had to show his face on that.
They showed episodes on the actual CBS network.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. But did Discovery have this much cussing?
No,
it's going to be.
Actually, it did. If you watched it on Paramount Plus,
right?
Because actually, I was like, they do a lot of cussing in this.
Yeah.
So,
I think when they would put it on CBS, it was like a mid-season replacement or something. Like that.
Okay. I did want to say something. Everybody's talking about the callbacks. I think one of the things that they are also definitely doing with this is dealing with, I can't even say use the word just dealing with. It's actually giving a lot of screenplay to the whole Sulu situation and being gay. Because the guy who played Akato Sulu in the original episodes, in the original series, was actually gay.
George Takei.
George Takei.
Takei, he said Takei. It rhymes with gay.
That's funny, Rob.
Nice.
So it's like,
his words, not mine.
Oh, wow, that's funny. But yeah, so and because I think that was one of those things that real life became canon into the show, and they brought that around, and it's just like, and I don't know if it's just me. It's starting to feel like they're really pushing too hard to push it.
The opinions of super producer Roy are not those.
Pushing too far for the nostalgia.
No, not the nostalgia. The gay part. I mean, because we've established that certain characters are gay. We know that. We know that there are like 5 or 6 gay characters in there.
So and you know what? I have a
right,
question about that because so Jaden, whatever. Funny how the black Klingon's name is Jaden, but Jaden is gay. We've established that.
Well, after this, we could definitely been established whether you wanted to be or not.
Oh, okay. I didn't say that last part, y'all.
Is something happening at the end? But no, the actor who was obviously gay, all right, talked about playing, a gay Klingon. But my whole thing about it is and stuff. Like I said, Star Trek has been pushing the boundaries forever.
I mean, since they started, yeah.
Right. Roddenberry couldn't handle it or do it in the original series,
right?
Because the network wouldn't let him do it. And it actually took.
Want to let him do it regardless.
Yeah, and then it took the Next Generation, and hopefully, with it being a syndication, they were able to push a little bit more through. But with every generation, you got to push the boundaries a little bit more. And the way things are going now, it's just wide open and out there.
So that's my question, because Jaden is established as being gay. Now, the other young man, I don't remember any of these characters' names, and this is actually a reference to this week's episode, so never mind. I don't because like in most young adult situations, everybody fucking. so everybody, and this cast is incredibly attractive, and the only person who's not having sex is the black girl, which there's something to be said for that, I guess, because
she's a hologram.
She's a hologram, but why is the black woman on the show the only one who doesn't seem to be in a relationship? But that's kind of my own personal bias.
Hey, I have no problem with a black woman on the show not being freaky, okay? Because we've got so many different shows over the years where it was always the black woman who was promiscuous. So not seeing a promiscuous black woman, to me, is refreshing.
Okay, so I see, and yes, we're gonna fucking go there. So yes, I understand your point, Tony.
Here we go.
But at the at the end of the day, the fact that the black woman on this show is seen as singular and has no relationship, whether it be sexual or otherwise, and she is the one who is the whole springy, happy, hey everybody, I'm here.
But you got to remember,
I understand she's a hologram, but at the end of the day, she's portrayed by a black woman who does not get to have a relationship.
We don't know that yet. The damn thing is only 5 months old.
Everybody else has been fucking
5 months old. She's still trying to develop.
She's 5 months old.
No, actually, John, I don't think that's the case. Like if you look at the characters who are there, the only ones who you really had any type of physical relationship with are the two main characters, the Beta Z and the main guy, the surfer looking dude. The other guy, like today was the first thing the first time in this episode they showed the War College guy kiss Jaden on the cheek. Like there's been a lot of tension that you would probably call sexual tension or relationship type tension with several of the characters, but those are the only two that have been intimate with each other. Nobody else in the storyline has done anything.
I'm going to ask the two black women who happen to be on this show. In the case of a show where everyone and let me backtrack. In the episode where old boy had to walk in outer space to fix something on the hull of the ship, he and that girl had some type of little flirty relationship going on. Right?
It was but that's our point. That was John. That's
let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. They had a small little flirtatious thing happening, and that has gone back and forth. And what I'm saying is, I'm not necessarily talking about sex. I'm talking about the fact that it's either, since Tony's bringing up, centuries of black women being depicted as nothing but sexual objects. I get that. But you've got either the black woman is the sexual object or she's asexual and has nothing. And my thing is, in the future where you've got all these young people, and that's a cute little black girl, nobody wants to flirt with her, or she doesn't want to. Yes, I know she's only 5 months old, but she's depicted as 17 or 18 or even maybe early 20s. No one gets to look at her in the sense of, wow, I would like to maybe investigate having a relationship with her as the only black woman.
I'm sorry.
She's not the only black woman.
No,
she's not
John.
the only black woman in the show because the other woman. I'm going to finish what I'm saying.
I don't care because you're wrong. You're wrong.
You're wrong,
damn it. You're
is a black
wrong.
woman, but she's not depicted as a black woman. So I don't see how, and I think I was asking the two black women on the panel.
Well, I'm putting on a goddamn wig and a
they
bra because I'm about
felt-
to answer for this.
how they felt about the fact that a black
That's all it
woman
takes,
in
huh?
science fiction doesn't get to have some kind of flirty or even just
Oh my
relationship
God.
with someone who they could maybe find romantic at some point in time.
Nicole, you go first.
Well, I mean, you already know where my head is at when it comes to futuristic shows and black people. We're almost non-existent. So, in a way, I would say yes. I would like for her to be able to have something, going on a show just like anybody else. But the thing is I don't know how they would incorporate that, seeing as how she's a hologram. So I'm like, what do
They're
they
gonna find a
do?
way. It's the future.
Write her in a man, you know what I'm saying? Program her another hologram man, or what, however they do it. That's what my thing would be. Because let me ask you this. Okay, so for all the experts here, even though she's a hologram, does she have the opportunity to be real life at some point?
The pirates moved her. They pushed her down the hallway, so she can be physical. She has a physical form.
She has a solid form.
Okay,
Yeah,
so then
she has
if
a
that's the
solid form.
case, then that means she is then capable. Now, mind you, she's still, from what I understand, learning how to be human, so to speak, and
Right,
understanding the tensions and everything else that comes with that. So
right.
yes, I do. I would like to see her, because the one thing I will say that I don't like what media does is that, especially when you don't have someone with the perfect 36, 24, 36 figure, everything, that person always have to just be fat and jolly, or thick and jolly, and you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying, and stuff.
Exactly.
And that's the thing I don't like, because no, I've sit there and seen people in relationships at all stages and sizes. So yes, eventually give her something, you know what I'm saying, and let her be able to enjoy the experience of knowing what being human is.
Amayu.
Oh, she put on the glasses.
Oh shit. Here
Oh,
we go.
First, I have a question. Did you all ever discuss one battle after another?
No, we didn't talk about that movie.
Okay, so we won't get into that.
But I see
Okay,
where
now
you're going
second
with
of
that
all,
example.
second of all, I haven't seen the show. But I agree with Nicole. Yes, there's been the over sexualization of Black women in movies. We've always had to be the harlot or whatever. And then there's also the extreme where no one's attracted to the Black person, the Black lady or whatever. So I do think that it would be nice for her to have that experience. That being said, the season's not over. We don't know if she will. So, let's just see how this plays out. But we need to come back and visit one battle after another. That's
I
all.
agree.
Watch it. It's on Max. Let me know
I
if you
agree.
Let me
again.
put that
Well,
on my
I just want to go back to classic track. All right, you had the character of Ahura,
Mm-hmm.
and we all know that she exudes sexuality all over the place.
Exudes, yes.
Okay, but through the entire run of the series, she never had a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
The most we ever got from her was her flirting with Scotty in the movies. We never got to see or her in a relationship through the entire run of the show.
And then she kissed Kirk.
Just a kiss. Well, the
Yeah.
first iteration
No,
of
No,
kiss
well,
on
she
television.
kissed
That was
Kirk. She
that was a
That
yeah,
was
but that
a
was
series.
forced. That was
Okay.
forced. That was
Okay.
coercion.
See,
Yeah.
and that's the other thing they do.
It
They like
wasn't
to kiss
voluntary.
babies, but anyway, okay.
All right. Oh, and going back to Nicole, you don't have to worry about Starfleet Academy. There is no one even close to 36, 24, 36 in it.
Okay.
That is correct.
We're
Okay.
talking like size zeros and ones.
They're
Okay.
all 6
Yeah.
o'clock.
Okay. Except for the one Black girl. Okay.
And
Okay.
and the
I
black
was about to say.
the black girl's a little thick. She's a little
Okay.
thick.
No, I've seen the first like four or so episodes
But
and
what
such, so I
Nicole
know
was
who
saying
she
about the
is.
whole fat and jolly thing, that
Mhm.
fits her to a T. That describes her character to a T.
But they do that a lot in movies, and that's why I was just using that as like a point. Is just, it's like, unless you're just this figure and you're over sexualizing someone, if you're heavy or thick or whatever, then it's almost like you're attitude of being jolly compensates for not having somebody, and I think that's unfair.
The funny thing was that was one of the big things that they talked about with your girl from Sinners.
Yes,
The fact that they had her character being with
bisexual.
Michael B. Jordan. Yeah,
well, they should have watched Lovecraft Country because she got her jolly on. So
Yeah, she's putting
Percy,
in
you
work in
still want to say
Lovecraft
what you
Country.
want to say?
Oh no, I don't know shit.
On that
Hey
way,
man, all I'm gonna say is this: whoever does get with the photonic better have some insulation, because hey, top socket, bottom socket, either way, your ass gonna get fried.
oh damn.
So can I say something, please?
You know she could be programmed to
say
give you the
something,
best
Percy.
time of your life too.
Let
Remember that.
Percy say something.
Okay. In the beginning of the episode, she introduced herself. She said three things she likes. She likes, and I think she was trying to come around to that being, I don't know, sexual or whatever. But she said she likes the way this particular guy says something to her. You know, her friends would come in and do different. One did a different handshake. One would say something to her, and then the last one said something like "Princess something something something," and she took a breath and said, "I really like that." I think that's how far it got with her so far. Then you got to remember, they changed her program to get drunk. She got drunk for the first time. I think all this is going to come around later in the show, but for you to just say nobody's messing with her, I think I think the show is slowly but surely getting to that point. And then, of course, after this last episode and then into this episode, she still got glitches and stuff going on. So, I forgot we're not talking about this week. And then we don't know what's going to happen next week because I ain't spoilers, but
there is a lot of physical and mental damage from last week's episode.
Right. So now she's back, and she's better because what else? So we just don't know. But I think that she. I'm just saying, don't think that she's not something. They just haven't got to that point yet with her.
And I think the point that we're missing too, because it's a context issue. This week's episode is actually a month after last week's episode. This isn't new. They're a whole month after the episode, right. After the incident from last week,
and they still not right.
Right.
Okay. So, talking to a room full of Star Trek fans, I get it.
And Rod.
So, I can see. I'll back up. Y'all win. That's fine. But let's go ahead and do this because this went far fucking longer than I imagined. Super producer Roy, let's go ahead and go to break. And when we come back, let's talk to Uncle Rod because I want to get into anime, and I think that he has the gateway. He's the weed to my anime crack.
The plug.
We gonna both do it, John.
So,
we gonna both do it. We gonna both get into it.
You know?
Okay, so we're both going to become anime crackheads.
I'm gonna watch from afar and just see if I like it.
We're gonna do an anime voyeur.
Oh, there is some good anime horror out there.
Okay, so
serious genre.
So now that we've said that, let's
Nicole, I believe you're talking about hentai, which we can get into.
And come back and
teaching me stuff already.
Nicole can watch as me and Amayu experience, I guess.
Yeah.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. Whether you're a student or a lifelong supporter, our gear lets you wear your HBCU story with confidence and style. Because when you wear HBCU Image, you're not just wearing clothes. You're wearing culture. You're wearing pride. You're wearing purpose. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, We all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life. But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
So we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, authentic Caribbean cuisines.
Hey, welcome back. Once again, we're the Grumpy Old Nerds. Oh, I was just doing a little light reading in case anyone was interested. Emptying some boxes today, and I found, damn, you can't really see it.
Fox Chronicles.
Yeah, Fox Chronicles. I was emptying some boxes, cleaning up some boxes today, and I happened to come across that comic created by our esteemed friend of the show, Uncle Tony. And also, before we get into Uncle Rod's list, I will say that being a fan of sci-fi and comics and movies and all that stuff, I am looking for representation. So I will not apologize if I feel that my people are being done wrong on a TV show. I just find it curious. I'm going to ask questions. So nah, kiss my ass.
I found it weird that you even had to say that. Do you know what show you on?
Like power.
But you know what? These Star Trek fans, man, they get in your ass about defending the Federation, and that's cool.
Hey,
fine, but I just want to make sure that young lady gets due process. Yes, Uncle Tony.
You wanted to get cracked. I got it. I got it.
All right. Well, slightly off subject because I actually do pay attention to the commercials that air. Is tofu an authentic Caribbean food?
Them belly full because they're hungry.
Uncle Tony, we have been running these tampon commercials forever. So we don't pay attention to the commercials.
Did you say tampon?
Yeah. Yes.
The old commercial that we used to run with the
Dude, we ain't ran that commercial in over a year.
But we ran that motherfucker.
We need to invite her on the show, by the way. she's like another host right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so tofu is, for all intents and purposes, tofu is
an authentic Caribbean food. Okay, I never knew that.
Absolutely right.
They actually do. They do a lot of tofu stuff in the Caribbean.
Look at
Don't
that.
buy some of that HBCU stuff.
The more you know.
Yeah, that's a new place.
What's that law firm that we have also?
That one's not in the new ones. You're talking about the one out of Tampa.
Yeah. We don't fuck with him anymore. Huh?
It's not that. I mean, their term ran. So.
You don't.
Okay.
They ain't getting no more money.
Basically. Okay, so Uncle Rod, please regale us
sir.
in your gateway drugs for anime, because I honestly do want to get into anime, but there's so much out there to consume.
And
I want to start.
A lot of it is not good.
Okay, good. Okay, so help us out.
All right. First off, I just want to
Ready
give
for
a
the
shout
graphic?
out to everybody. Yeah, please pull it up. And give a shout out to everybody who had to look at this stuff on bootleg VHS back in the 80s when they called it Japanimation. But right
I
now,
remember that.
yeah,
I
this is
remember
like the
that.
golden age of anime right now. Like, you can get anime almost anywhere. Right.
Right.
So we're gonna do a couple of different genres of anime, right? To get started. The first one I'm gonna talk about is called Isekai, right? It's a subgenre where the protagonist is transported or reincarnated into a different world. Usually it's a fantasy world. Sometimes it could be like a parallel universe or a video game like setting, right? So the plot usually revolves around getting back home or achieving some kind of quest once you get there, right? Or trying to regain your humanity or something along those lines, right? So I got a list of 10 and one honorable mention. You can find all of these on Crunchyroll, by the way, which is the big time anime streaming service. It used to be two. There used to be Crunchyroll and Funimation. Funimation went under, and Crunchyroll just basically took their inventory and just merged it with theirs. All right. So the first one is Overlord. All right. And Overlord is basically this guy who's a loner. He plays this MMO, this online game. The online game is getting ready to end. He's stuck in the game. He doesn't get out before it ends, basically. So now he is stuck in the game as his character that he's been working on for years. So he's ultra powerful. And he's kind of like a villain. and he slowly finds ways to not be a villain and works to better the world that he's in rather than kind of rule it. At least starts out that way. All right.
Are these in any particular order?
No.
Okay.
No, I just put them on there as I found them. Overlord is good though, but I wouldn't rank it number one. But it's up there. The Rising of the Shield Hero is another one where you got 4 people transported from their classroom into this fantasy world where they are the foretold chosen warriors that are supposed to save this world from incursions from other dimensions. And this one's pretty interesting because it doesn't start out in the classic way where the 4 heroes are venerated by everybody and loved by everyone. One actually is ostracized and wrongly accused of something, so he ends up being the outcast of the 4 special heroes. And by him being outcast, it actually makes him stronger because he has to go through extra adversity.
Oh, they did him real dirty.
Oh yeah, they did him dirty, right? So you have Sword Art Online, and that's an OG classic. Sword Art Online's been out for a long time, and it's been in different iterations also. Like they have a Sword Art Online fantasy version. They have one that's like kind of futuristic version where they're using guns. So kind of like a video game where they have different versions of the same type of deal is what they did with Sword Art Online, where a guy gets transported into his MMO and he tries to find a way to get out. That one is kind of sinister too because the company behind it is some weird stuff going on. I don't want to get into too much, but
Oh shit.
yeah. And the wrong way to use healing magic is really cool too because it's a guy who's a misfit, but he ends up being he ends up being really powerful in his own way, which is totally different from how anybody else does things in that world. The devil is a part timer. That's a reverse isekai where a devil from a fantasy world is transported into our world, and he has to get a job. He has to learn how to acclimate to our world.
He's like, this is hell.
Yeah, exactly. And so he gets a job.
Right.
Yeah, this is some bullshit. What are we going? What's going? I can't just disintegrate people. I got to actually go to work. Yeah, so that's a reverse isekai.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I like it. Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, is one where we talk about a guy being reincarnated, where this person was reborn as a child. He was like an ultra powerful villain, and he gets killed, and he gets reborn as a child with no powers, and he has to kind of go through life again.
That sucked.
Yeah, knowing what he knows, he has to go through life again as a child. So that's kind of like
actually sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah,
But he takes
that's a
advantage of
study.
it.
He does, absolutely. That's a study in nature versus nurture, basically.
Okay.
ReZero, starting life in another world, along the same lines. So as you can see, the theme is being repeated throughout all of these. Um, but there are things which are slightly different in all of them, which makes them distinct in that manner. The time I got reincarnated as a slime. All right, this this character was an adventurer, and he got killed, and then he got reincarnated. And now he's a slime creature, and so he has to kind of level up by doing different things, and he finds that he gets new powers every time that he does something different, and he becomes a better type of slime. So
And
he
this
starts
one
at his
seems stupid, but it's one of the best isekais. Period.
yeah, yeah.
It
It
took
does
me
sound
forever to
crazy.
actually watch it.
Yeah, it does sound real crazy. And at first, when I first saw the title, I was like, "There's no way in hell I'm watching this." But then I was bored one day, and I just started watching. I was like, "You know what? This isn't bad." And it kind of sucks you in that way. Um, Shangri-La Frontier is one where there's a guy who's a gamer and he specializes in beating horrible games. Like he seeks out bad video games to beat them. And so he goes into this game that's not bad called Shangri-La Frontier, and he says he's basically going to beat it by doing the most ridiculous things ever, like not having the proper weapons or proper gear, and he runs around in a bird mask. So, and it does sound crazy, but again, once you get into the story and into the world, it's pretty cool. Trapped in a Dating Sim is one I haven't seen, but I saw it ranked pretty high because I don't think this appeals to me. The premise of this appeals to me, but yes, I thought about you actually when I put this on the list.
Thank you.
Because I know you like those types of TV shows and things, so where you have the multiple relationships and whatnot going on. So yeah, I actually did think about you when I put that on there. So that's Trapped in a Dating Sim.
And
uh
men are like in that world. Men are trapped, are treated like animals.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, kind of like it's a reverse of how they say men treat women. So it's the reverse of that in this
Oh,
particular anime. And I have honorable mentions. Solo Leveling, right? It was one of the most popular anime out now. It was Korean made actually, and I call it's a reverse isekai because the game mechanics and things like that are transported to the quote unquote real world, where you have a guy named Sung Jin Woo who is someone who goes into dungeons. They have portals that show up in different parts of the world, and people who are trained to be hunters go into these portals to beat the boss in the dungeon to close it. Because if they don't close it in time, you get what's called a dungeon break. Really powerful monsters come through the portal and wreak havoc on the real world. So they have people to go in and close those portals. Sung Jin Woo started off as his nickname was being the worst hunter in all mankind.
God damn.
Yeah. So he ends up going in with a group, routine, low level dungeon, but it ends up having a having a branch off of it, like a hidden. Your ringtone sucks, Roy. So so it has this hidden branch where it goes into what's called a double dungeon, and so it had a really bad death trap in there. It killed almost everybody in there,
Mm.
and he ended up getting killed and being reincarnated and having the ability almost to hack his life. And so every time he does something, he has like a quest. He has like a little heads up display that shows up whenever he wants it to and tells him things he needs to do to be able to level up. And he ends up being a very powerful hunter in that world. It's
I think
super
solo leveling would be a good one to start off with.
Solo Leveling. I think would be a good one to start off with, as well as the Rising of the Shield Hero, and Sword Art Online. Those would be good ones to start with.
Which one can I watch for free? Because that's where
Well, you
I'm
can.
going to start.
Well, if you don't have a premium Crunchyroll account, they give you like a certain amount to watch, and then they stop you.
None of these
Oh,
are
okay.
on Netflix, though.
Um,
Yes, aren't they?
I
Is it
think
solo
one
leveling
season,
also on Netflix?
I think one or two of them are on Netflix actually right
Try
now.
checking YouTube too. Sometimes, every now and then, YouTube will have some of these movies, and
Right.
somebody will
They'll
have
have
it
some
on there.
episodes. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Me and John, we're
All
gonna
right,
watch them.
Mayu. And Nicole, you just sit back and watch.
I
We
just
watch.
watched. My eye full. But one thing I will say that I found, I haven't really gotten into anime, but I have thoroughly enjoyed a lot of the Asian movies based upon like folklore and
Yeah.
so on
Okay.
like that. There's one that you guys might really like if you could find it, and it's called Project Wolf Hunting, which is
I heard
actually
that.
a great one. It's like they have prisoners on a ship where they've got this a monster basically that won't die, and he ends up waking up and ends up trying to kill it. Then
Okay.
find out other people got the same disease.
So that's like Train to Busan.
A little bit, but
Ah.
it's not with zombies, so to speak, but he is kind of one because he was like a super soldier turned zombie type of thing is
Okay.
what it was. There's another one called As the Gods Will, where kids are basically, and I think in Asia it's like they always do these movies with the kids in school and everybody's got to die. It's like I don't understand
Like the one that I like.
that whole thing, like battle royale. I don't get that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Assassination Classroom.
but As the Gods Will is basically taking childhood games and things like that of folklore, and you have to win at the game in order to be able to live. Basically, and so on.
Okay.
And then there's another one you should try looking at, and it's called Sweet Home. This one to get to you. You live in a tenement building where a monster is basically going floor to floor, and they're trapped in the building, and he's trying to basically eviscerate. These are the ones I like, of course, but I like the live action things, but I have got to get into anime because everybody I know just about they talk about it so much, and I'm like,
They do.
I'm like,
The
okay.
next genre I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk. Believe it or not, it's gonna be for you, Nicole. It's gonna be horror.
Yes. Right up
And
my
then we can
alley.
sit back and watch you, Nicole.
Yes. In all my glory.
All right. So thank you, Uncle Rod.
Got
Uncle
it.
Tony, you're in your corner. Do you have something for us today?
Oh, I thought we had a commercial break before it. No. I had car trouble this week, so I hadn't had a lot of time to sit down and read a bunch of comics this week. But I will suggest that everyone get out there and get them a copy of Black Panther 60th Anniversary Special. It's a one-shot, and it's also done by some of the top Black creators. I'll go ahead and let you know about this. Even though it's done by a lot of different creators, it's one continuing storyline, and they have done a tremendous job of putting all of the different versions together in telling this one story. They do a very excellent job of it.
Mine is waiting on me right now.
Yeah, like I said, so I definitely suggest checking out the story as they visit a lot of the different connections and lives of the Black Panther.
Nice. Okay, cool. We will definitely check that out. Cousin Amayu, you have a movie review for us, don't you?
Okay, go ahead, put me on the big screen. Let's go.
Here we go.
Okay, so I saw a couple movies, not this weekend, but the weekend before and the weekend before that. So I went and I saw Send Help. Nicole would appreciate that. There was definitely some blood and gore. I thought the acting was good. I liked what's his name? Is it Dylan O'Brien?
Yes.
Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams. It was interesting seeing her in a different type of role because usually she's like beautiful, all this stuff.
Yeah.
So they definitely uglied her up a little bit, so that was good. I kind of figured out some of it halfway through, so it wasn't that surprising. But it had an interesting ending. So if you're thinking about seeing something, you want something that's a little bit different, a little bit horror, a little action, then definitely check out Send Help.
So the premise is a secretary and her boss get stuck on a desert island, right?
Yes, they're on a private plane to some place or whatever, and the whole point is they don't make it there, and everybody else that was on the plane, they all die. So it's just secretary and him, and the boss is injured in a major way when during the plane crash. So she basically has to like help nurse him back to health, or he would have died.
And isn't he kind of abusive in his relationship with her?
He's a total a-hole, okay? He's like the worst boss ever. You definitely see that in the backstory before they have the crash and everything. You're not rooting for him at all. You're like, well, but he might die, hopefully. So
let's hope
if we're lucky, he'll
die. Oh gosh.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. Well, thank you for that, Cousin Amayu. Real quick, I know a couple of us have been watching The Beauty on FX. Favorable reviews? Are you enjoying it? I know there are only a couple of episodes left.
Yes.
Can I go first? I have seen the least of it.
Go ahead.
Okay, it was a lot going on. Okay, so they tried to prepare me for this. They tried to in the chat, and it didn't really prepare me. And then I saw the things, and I was like, oh my god, that's happening. And I just started watching. So I'm still on episode 1. But
Wait, you haven't gotten past episode.
What is the premise?
Yes, I'm gonna ask what the show about.
The premise.
Well, they say that the whole thing is that these supermodels are dying in this crazy way. They're trying to figure it out.
So think
about if I'm sorry, Uncle John, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, so there's a formula out there that will give you beauty, but it's in the form of an STD.
If you're looking for the boobs and not hang, or your third leg and not just be limp, get yourself someone that has the beauty.
There is a billionaire who has perfected this formula, toxin, whatever. Virus, right. And it's been bootlegged. So now it's out there in the world as a form of an STD. And there are ramifications for if you catch it from having sex. And the ramifications are are extreme. It's I guess it's trying to be some kind of morality play on what we find as beautiful in this society and how the rich control certain factions. And it's Ryan Murphy. You're gonna get a lot of sex, you're gonna get a lot of naked male ass, and you're gonna get a lot of blood and gore. So as I stated earlier, Ryan Murphy is the white Tyler Perry. He makes the same type of shit.
With the higher budget.
So is it like,
with the higher budget?
Is it like the 80s and the AIDS epidemic?
It is a cross or a love child between the Fountain of Youth, HIV, and rabies, if you can think of it that way. Okay, because
people start drooling and attacking each other.
It's basically you will be okay, but basically you literally transform into like a more beautified you, and then but it only lasts so long, and that is of course if you got the bootleg version, which is the STD. So the thing is that the real billionaires and stuff, they got the real deal. So they, it's a little bit of a different type of disease or whatever for them. But for the layman out there, they're out there screwing and doing whatever, and people are wondering what's happening to them.
Because they start eating faces.
Yeah, after a while, it just doesn't. There's a lifespan on it. There's like a ticking time clock on it. You have it but so long, and then eventually you basically spontaneously combust is really what ends up happening.
Boom, y'all.
Yeah.
All right. So in this situation, if a hot girl stepped to you, you'd be like, no, that's okay.
You would want to, but I mean, there's a lot of people out there that may not be able to resist her because
also some people may want to go ahead and take that risk and just say, you know what, if I'm beautiful for 2 years and then I blow up, I'm cool with it.
So it is like 80s and the AIDS. Okay.
Yes, it's a disease to some degree. Some people actually want. So it's not like they're being turned off by it. They see what the end result is.
I'm gonna have 3 good years, so it's worth it, and for me to spontaneously combust on that 4th year.
Yeah.
But Tony, you know what it's like? It's like, okay, you remember, I can't remember the exact plot line, but where Tony Stark basically became evil and he used a version of Extremis to make people beautiful, but you had to pay like $99 a month to get it, to keep it. It's along those lines.
Like Wegovy or something.
Yeah. Actually, that's kind of the case because Wegovy has been known to make people sick, vomit, shit, everything else. So you know what I'm saying? It's
but they thin.
You know, but they thin.
Yeah,
you know,
they can't
so
get food now.
They can't fucking eat. Yeah.
I mean, have you
You'll
seen
get
the side
skinny.
effects of that stuff? That stuff is like literal death.
Everything be having all them side effects. And then at the end, it'd be like, it may die.
And in the commercial, they jumping around. They so happy. You know, yay.
Definitely be, don't be getting no bootleg stuff. Make sure y'all
go
to the doctor if you need that stuff.
Yes, this is your
Go
PSA.
to the doctor if you need that stuff.
This is your PSA.
You know what? I think that's the perfect way we can end this episode of Grumpy Old Nerds. Nicole, you got anything for us?
That's it for me.
That's it for you. All right. Uncle Tony, you got anything for us?
No, I'm good.
The Atlanta Sci-Fi Expo is when?
Oh, it is March 14th and 15th.
So it's
put in
coming
for
up.
your tables if you haven't already put in for a table. Put in for a panel if you haven't put in for a panel. We got hotel rooms for just $99 a night with a real breakfast. Come on out and have some fun.
Nice. Uncle Rod, what you got?
Horror anime next time.
Got it. Yeah. Cousin Amayu, what about you? Are you going to see any movies this weekend?
I have to double check. But I am going to finish binging Love is Blind. You guys know I like a little reality show, a little love. Now, if they mess around and don't nobody get married on this one, this will be the second time in a row. I'm done. This will be my last.
What a surprise.
I have to ask everyone else on the panel. Do any of you all watch this shit?
I have been watching.
Love is Blind. I watched the very first season.
Yes, I've watched it.
The first.
This season, I watched the first, little couple episodes they put out, and I just was like, what is going on in the world? But anyway.
And I'm judging all of you for it. Uncle Percy, what you got?
I got nothing. I'm just waiting for the black girl to get some sex. That's all.
As well you should. I think we're all waiting.
By the way,
are you speaking of Amayu? What'd you say, Nicole?
No, by the way, Project Wolf Hunting, which is a great movie. It's on Amazon if you got it.
Project Wolf Hunting.
Yes.
Okay.
And be prepared because you may have to have subtitles.
Okay. I just realized now I got a problem with Starfleet Academy. All right. There are no real black people on the show.
Only holograms. Got it.
Holograms and aliens. There are no black people on the show now.
Isn't the Klingon black?
Black History Month.
He's a black Klingon.
No.
He's a black gay Klingon, which is like, okay.
Caleb.
Oh my God.
And we see that on a whole bunch of shows.
Caleb is black.
He's
I'm from Miami, so Caleb looks black to me.
Where are the humans? Where are the black humans?
Caleb ain't
I
black.
see no
Caleb
representation now. You guys are messing it up for me.
Caleb looks like a young Rock.
That's what I'm like.
What did Chris Rock say?
He looked just like The Rock. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Caleb hair too pretty. He ain't black. Uncle Roy, real quick, anything for us on the network?
No. I was actually gonna run this trailer though. It's kind of cool.
Trailer for what?
Mandalorian and Grogu. Remember?
I forgot all about that.
You want to run it?
No.
Yeah, come on. I seen it.
I mean, the movie ain't coming out for fucking what? 2 years?
2 months.
Okay, next week. Next week you can run it.
We'll do that next week.
They coming out for 2 years, 2 months, motherfucker.
Oh, and next we gotta play the Mummy.
Oh yeah, we got to do that next week. We got to do it next week too. So for Auntie Nicole, Uncle Tony, Uncle Rod, Cousin Mayu, Uncle Percy, and Uncle Roy, I'm Uncle John. Thank you for hanging out with the Grumpy Old Nerds, where we cuss a lot and just talk a lot of shit. But we're entertaining, so please tell your friends and come back and enjoy us next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Until then, night night.
Top socket, bottom socket.